Hello, hello. Testing 1, 2, 3. I'd like just to say that I I'm an insider when it comes to I don't want to say conspiracy theories, but certain alternative theories pertaining to things such as 9/11, the Paris attacks. Prior to that, the bird flu cure, where two scientists got tortured for claiming to have a cure. Also, the plane that had a cure for the Ebola virus went down. There was a scientist or somebody who was going to do a speech for, I don't know if it was the UN, said that they had a cure, a patented cure, and that plane went down. And I'm not entirely sure, but I think it's around the time during the Malaysian Airlines going down. I don't know if it's the same exact airline. I cannot remember. I've been following the Pizzagate cover up since before it was even termed Pizzagate, by which I found out through the Madeleine McCann case as well as the Hampstead case. There have been several cases of pedophilia prior to Pizzagate, which I did research on, and all of them led to being inconclusive in that there was no evidence of any death or anything, and there were just too many loose ends and for me to work with, and that in itself arose many suspicions, which I found very disturbing actually. Um, the other thing I was thinking about is we are now under sort of police state, which is similar to 1984. We are living in an Orwellian state where everything is now monitored. We do live in a police state because now the police in the UK have armed machine guns. And I just think, what is this? Is this like Demolition Man or like all these old movies that depicted um a police state are now actually happening, which makes me wonder, if we're going for a police state, why have we not placed people on Mars yet then? Why are we worrying about such petty things? If we're living in a police state, how come we're not worrying about the bigger picture then? Like the idea of global warming. There's some theories like global warming might be a complete hoax, and that we're actually going through a cycle where it's more like a global solar system warming case where the ice caps on Mars have been melting, including just the whole climate of our planets and our solar system has been changing rapidly um, for at least maybe like 2 decades. I don't know. When I was 8 years old, there a magazine once said that they were planning on sending people to Mars in, let me get this right, 2008. Instead we had to deal with the 2008 economic collapse, and I wasn't quite 18 yet, and I realized, oh shit, uh, how am I supposed to get a job when the first people who are getting fired are, drumroll please, minorities, women, young people. They're the first to go in every economy. Um, and you know what's really annoying? Is the presumption that just because you are minority or you are biracial. I am sort of biracial, if that's a thing. It might be hard to believe, um, because I am part Asian. And the thing is, I'm proud of both sides of my background. I have double the oomph on both sides of my background, which makes me a valuable asset, I believe, It does not make me less reliable when it comes to things like I don't want to take sides, but politics, and seeking the truth. Here's the thing. I don't actually care about politics. All I care about is the truth. The sole truth that Manly P. Hall preached, Jidda Krishnamurti preached, David Icke is trying to present, and all these truth tellers. Now the thing is, I find it rather ridiculous that in the last few years there's been an influx of articles stating that all conspiracy theorists are basically have a lower than standard IQ, and they're all like religious nutters. Isn't it's sort of a sort? It's like a stigma that's being associated with people who want to speak the truth, basically. And I don't care if you're religious. I don't care if you're on the left or the right or in the middle, or if you're centrist or if you're Buddhist or if you're brown, black, or blue. All I care about is the goddamn truth. That's all I care about. And right now, I'm considering, like, I'm so lost. I always wanted to go into journalism since I was 16, 17 years old, and then the economic collapse happened in 2008, and the film industry collapsed, journalism collapsed. Now they only hire far left people for the BBC. I do not want to have anything part of anything extremist. The Nazi Party was a socialist far left party, so why would I want to have anything to do with that? My grandparents survived World War II. Why would I want to have anything to do with World War II? My grandfather had to join the French resistance and grow a beard, and he had to jump off a goddamn train during World War II. My grandmother celebrated her 21st birthday in a bomb shelter. So my family come from, like, I have an old family, meaning each person in the family had kids too late, if that makes sense, late by cultural standards, and as a result, I have about 100 years or centuries worth of backlog of info, including when it comes to historic lineages and all that of my family background and blah blah blah. I know what's going on, basically. I I know too much. I've been told by people I know too much and that my knowledge is dangerous. And it might sound like I'm tooting my horn here. Maybe I am, but I've always wanted to go into alternative journalism or investigative journalism. I wanted to be a spy, for God's sake. I think I got really enamored with all the movies around being a spy. I mean, not the womanizer part, yeah, of James Bond, but movies, but you know, I was like the idea of a secret space program or undercover detectives or things like that. It's always been my dream job, to reveal the truth, and I'm sad because I have been shadow banned on Twitter, I suspect, YouTube definitely, Reddit, Facebook, for preaching the truth, and it pisses me off. Why am I not allowed to express certain views? We are living in an Orwellian police state. I mean, there's no information on free energy, there's no such thing as positive news, and by positive news, I don't mean anything relating to the Kardashians, because at one point, about a year or two ago, all I was seeing on the news was Trump, let's hate Trump. I got a problem with Trump. Trump's a dickhead. And then the Kardashians. And the most hilarious articles, man squashed by cheese. What is wrong with the UK? We are becoming irrelevant and stupid. In fact, maybe it's a good thing we leave the EU, because we are opinionless. We are so overly polite. We need to bring back the ethics of being a Highlander We need to become warriors again and go back to that mindset, because I do not. I'm an anarchist, okay? I do not approve of totalitarian, far left governments, and socialism, including multiculturalism, is a failed plan. I have no problems with different cultures because I have been blacklisted and I've been slandered in high school and on the equivalent of university campuses for basically presenting as anti-feminist. I never went around saying, I'm anti-feminist, I'm anti-feminist, I'm anti-feminist. Hell no. Why would I do that? I had better things to worry about, like my grades and trying to be popular and trying to be a normal teenager fitting in. That was the least of my concerns. But instead, no, I was branded as racist and sexist. I was accused of saying terms I never ever said in my lifetime. I also had my whole folder of artwork stolen, so my artwork could not be graded, and apparently nobody could steal your artwork during summertime for it to be assessed by experts for several months to be marked alongside any tests that I may have taken, and my artwork disappeared. So I went to a rather shitty, excuse my language, high school where they probably were supporters of arms dealers and ISIS supporters. Yeah, I repeat what I'm saying. Like, we have gone so far in being politically correct, we now think it's appropriate to stop the free speech of certain people and force... how can I say it? Force different cultures onto people that are not relevant in the UK. I'm all for, in a sense, I am all for multiculturalism, and I have a strong feeling that what I will say may be twisted drastically out of proportion. I've had my words twisted since I was a very small child. I have been physically strangled for telling the truth. I have been sexually harassed for telling the truth. I'm not going to go in depth because I have a background to do with cult abuse and all kinds of stuff. And I'm going to claim, like Alex Jones, I am quite a sensationalist. I draw a lot of attention to myself unnecessarily, and I don't know how I do it or how it happened. It's always been this way. Maybe it's because I wanted to always be an actor, and I always wanted to go into acting and theatre acting. I have no idea. But the thing is, yeah, telling the truth is a very dangerous thing in this day and age. You're going to piss some people off. And I don't see any women, not one single woman, doing what I am doing. I wish women would stand together against this tyranny, against freedom of speech, and other problems. And if I say anything incorrectly, please forgive me. I had a speech impediment, and I was diagnosed with dyslexia, so supposedly I am retarded. I am stupid, according to society. I have been homeschooled as well, which does not help. So yeah, I'm left-handed. My brain's wired back to front. What do you expect? What do you honestly expect from me? I have a male brain. I'm supposedly autistic. And I have... this is the least of my concerns right now. This is the least of my concerns right now. We are living in a world where we have a police state, where they lie about the economy, they lie about child abuse, they lie about resources on this planet, they lie about contact with beings from other planets, they lie on genetic hybridization and GMO and fertilizers and pesticides and fluoride, and don't get me started on a whole list. The Nazis used fluoride to lower the IQs, has been proven. And I'm absolutely sick and tired of people being shut down for telling the truth. I have tried to uphold certain YouTubers who were either in the New Age or conspiracy categories, and they got taken down by 24 sock puppet accounts. People lying essentially, and accusing them of things they did not do. That's slander, and that's libel, and that's unlawful, and that's illegal. And these people who take down truth tellers deserve to die. Like, I don't mean like I'm gonna kill them, but they deserve to die from GMO and fluoride, you know? I'm sick and tired of being politically correct. I'm sick and tired of watching alternative news journal streams being taken down, Alex Jones being taken down, David Icke being blacklisted, all these conspiracy theorists. If they're stupid, then what's wrong with our society? if they're stupid and they have a subpar IQ level, then what has come to the society? It's all about Kylie Jenner and twerking, isn't it? Twerking all day long, and Tinder, swipe left for somebody who's hot or swipe right for somebody who's not. And is that all you care about, you crazy people? What is wrong with you people? You're absolutely insane. And so my last announcement for the day would be, before I resort to begging, is, dear God, I'm begging you, Alex Jones, or anybody else whom it may concern, whoever it may concern, please hire me, to do alternative journalism. Like, what do you need? Do you need a backdrop of my I can't speak English. Curriculum vitae. Do you need evidence of what I've done? If you want evidence, meet me. Talk to me. I was a teacher in China at age 19. So, before you people come up to me and say, you don't know what you're talking about, who do you think you are? Yeah, I'm arrogant for wanting a job. I'm arrogant for wanting to be a normal citizen of society. I am at a loss with the UK. There are no jobs for... I can't just apply for a job because of name discrimination, racial discrimination. I might look the part, but when my name shows up on the application, what do they think of me? That I'm some immigrant, and people are scum. Who cares if I'm an immigrant? I'm not an immigrant. But even so, it's just... there's this hierarchy of who can and who cannot have a job. And I've realized the unfairness of society. I'm starting to understand why some people become chronic, lifelong victims. And it's so easy to fall into. That's not my goal. That's not my goal. Oh. I've been an avid follower of Alex Jones since I was 18 years old. That was back in 2009. I've seen the documentaries involving the secret Moloch rituals and all that, and Agenda 21, all of that, everything. If I have any problems that you're concerned about, I have chronic depression, meaning I'm a high-functioning depressive. That's all you need to really be worrying about, really. Otherwise, I believe I proved myself to be quite reliable based off my work history, based off my truth-telling, based on being ostracized for telling the truth since I was a teenager. I have lost all my friends. I've had no friends because I do not pertain. I do not follow the politics, nor the feminism. I don't follow anything. I've tried to. It's just not empowering when I'm too busy worrying about terraforming. Why would I care about, oh, this is man spreading, when I'm too busy thinking about Area 51, Roswell, 1947, things that fell from heaven. That's how I memorize things, by the way. It's just, I've got too much crap to worry about, to be worrying about millennial pettiness. I'm 28 years old. I would love a job in journalism, preferably, working for Alex Jones, not Vice. Vice, they're okay. Yeah, they're just like, they're very in your face. They don't know how to ask questions. The journalists are like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Let's ask this question. They have terrible interview question asking techniques. They need more help. They're like failed TEFL teachers, these guys. So, the people working for Vice need a lot of help, I think. That's just my opinion. I could be terribly wrong. Apparently having an opinion is a sin now because whoop-de-fucking-do, where, everything's censored right now. The truth is censored. It's that bad.